So you can see at the bottom there, this is from 2013, from the Hoover Institute, Christian Tragedy in the Muslim World. We are living through one of the largest persecutions of religious group in history. And I'm not going to show all 50 countries, I'll show some, but the 50 countries that persecute Christians the most today, and the role of communism and Islam. And as you can see, as it says here, in 2024, 4,476 Christians were killed because of their faith. 4,744 were in prison for religious reasons, and 7,679 Christian churches and properties were attacked on average. 1 in 7 Christians is persecuted worldwide, a situation suffered by 1 in 5 Christians in Africa and 2 in 5 Christians in Asia. This was from 11 months ago, so even before uncovering USAID. USAID gave nearly $1 million to Gaza charity tied to Hamas up to 6 days before October 7th attack on Israel. The persecution of Christians by the Islamic State involves the systemic mass murder of Christian minorities within the regions of Iraq, Syria, Egypt, Libya, Democratic Republic of Congo, Mozambique, Nigeria, controlled by the Islamic extreme group Islamic State. Persecution of Christian minorities climaxed following the Syrian civil war and later by its spillover, but has since intensified further. Christians have been subjected to massacre, forced conversion, rape, sexual slavery, and the systemic destruction of their historical sites, churches, and other places of worship. The depopulation of Christians from the Middle East by the Islamic State, as well as other organizations and governments, has been formally recognized as an ongoing genocide by the United States, European Union, and United Kingdom. Christians remain the most persecuted religious group in the Middle East, and Christians in Iraq are almost extinct. According to estimates by the U.S. State Department, the number of Christians in Iraq has fallen from 1.2 million in 2011 to 120,000 in 2024, and the number in Syria from 1.5 million to 300,000, falls driven by persecution by terrorist groups and repression by authoritarian regimes. And this is the newest bullshit on the block about, how we enslaved Muslim Africans here, and that they were here first. I'm so sick of this because it's clearly manipulative and done to demoralize Americans. Like, they never stop with this shit. So the first Muslims in North America. Muslims were first brought to North America in large numbers between the 16th and 19th century, although some claim they were present earlier as well. They love to do that because then they can say, oh, we were here first. It doesn't matter. These historians posted that Muslims may have been present in North America as early as the 12th and 13th century. Okay. Coming on ships as merchants, sailors, colonizers, and traders. It doesn't matter. That part doesn't matter. The Christian God has protected this country. So I'm sick of the argument that, no, we were here first. While the evidence for these claims is scant, the implications are not insignificant. And I can't see the rest, but you can read it. And then I saw that just posted 2 months ago, people are saying, no, Muslims were part of the founding fathers. No, they weren't. But this is what they're going to do. It is literally to try to usurp the Constitution. While they say that it's about, religious freedom. We offer religious freedom. It just seems that you want, there are some religions, especially Islam, that wants to infringe upon everybody else's rights. I mean, think about this. In Minneapolis, and I think it's in Michigan too, one of the cities. But anyway, in Minneapolis, they have either twice a day or 5 times a day the siren that goes off for the call to prayer. Everybody hears it. It's a noise level problem. Could you imagine if Christians were doing something like that in their own country? Oh, that would never be tolerated. but that's allowed in Minneapolis. And they'll even allow the Muslim community, even though they don't put it into law, they'll honor them wanting to follow their Sharia law. Do you know how horrible that is to women? It really is. Like, it shouldn't be allowed. Like, that kind of destruction to women shouldn't be allowed in this country. I don't care what you practice. It shouldn't. What I don't understand is why be in this. So here's the question. Why be in this country if that's what you want to do, is you want to be able to beat your wife, you want to be able to take your wife to live in this free country but not have her rights? Then you're doing it because you're looking to, at somewhere down the line when there's enough of you, to usurp our Constitution. That's what it is. Because otherwise, why be here? Why do you want to, like, why do these people want to claim, oh, we were so oppressed, we're so oppressed by the Americans? Then why live here? Why? Just so you can claim some victimhood status? Whether you're Indian, whether you're Muslim. Like, really, it's getting old. This is getting old. And all you're trying to do is demoralize Americans. That's what you're trying to do. You want Americans to be demoralized, to not stand up, or you don't want us to practice our religion. It's the Christian stuff you hate. It is. And the reason they want America to fall is because then they can control all of it. And there's nothing Christians can do, because, I mean, God says that take joy if you're being persecuted. Unfortunately, that's because God will avenge it. It's just sad because this has gone on forever, this constant having to demoralize Americans in their own country. I couldn't even think of going to another, like, the mindset that you would come to this country where we offer these freedoms and then start carrying on like an asshole, that you are being that you've been persecuted and that we enslaved you here. No, again, the king did this. We went to war with the king, so get over it, okay? But now it's the Muslims, and now it's the Indians, and it's like all of you just don't have good intentions. I mean, not all of them, but you people that do this, you don't have good intentions for America. You don't want America to be free, and then you use the fact that we allow religious freedom to try to demoralize and degrade what this country was founded on. And regardless of what you think, it was founded by Christians. They always love to go back to the 1776 founders. But again, there were compacts made before those people. Yes, we follow the Constitution, but the fact is the nation was founded by the Pilgrims, the Puritans, the Protestants, the Presbyterians. They made covenants with God. That's how faithful they were to God. So those matter, even though the Islam world wouldn't recognize that. I mean, just think about it. Like, I wouldn't go to their country and start demanding that they like I mean, Christians literally are persecuted there, but I would expect it. But here, you come here, and instead of enjoying the freedoms that this country offers you, and that we allow people to practice what they worship, no, you come here and start complaining that you were here first, that we enslaved you, pushing, you have this right to, everybody has to listen to the siren 5 times a day that aren't even Muslim, to the prayer to call in Minneapolis. No, you have other agendas, but then your history shows that that's the stuff you do. And then when there's enough of them, they get into power, and then they change things. And what kills me is, go back, anybody who was alive during 9/11, we know that was Islam, okay? And yet when people started questioning, well, Islam does have this radical history with the Quran and everything, it was quickly done by the media and many others to say, oh, now the Islam community is feeling that this hate at them. Well, look, Christians aren't out persecuting people, okay? I mean, it may have happened centuries ago, but it certainly doesn't go on in the modern day. But your religion still does it. 3,000 people died on 9/11.